Papergoy, and we met up with a big celebrity out here, a little bigger than me. I'm just a local celebrity. We met up an international celebrity here. Why don't you tell who you are and what you do?
My name is Benny from New to You Provisions. You might have seen me on Whatnot or Instagram. I'm mainly a paper reseller, but do a little bit of everything, almost exclusively paper on Whatnot, but also other items on eBay, and sometimes locally, but not very often. And I met Dave through, we did a show together on Don the Auction Professor's channel on YouTube, and then we've also had some exchanges, and he's been a part of some ephemera events that I put together on
only Paper Palooza.
Right, yeah, Paper Palooza.
Don't try to downplay it.
I'm sure you'll be a part of Ephemerama, which is the second Saturday of every month. Not to shameless plug, as he always says. Yeah, over on Whatnot. So yeah, that's me. That's what I do.
And you were saying you were about an hour and a half away from this?
Yeah.
It's the first time you've been up here, or?
Yeah, it's first time for the Springfield show. We live down in Cincinnati, so it's about a 90-minute drive. And actually, my dad's side of the family is originally from Springfield. Yeah, this is my first time here. It's huge. I've only been here for a couple hours, and we haven't even seen a fraction of it yet. So.
Now, have you found anything today, or no?
Yeah, so really the temptation for me to come up here was to meet a dealer that I've been working with for a little while, besides this guy. And so I saw him immediately this morning, and we made a deal on a couple different binders of like postcards, old photos, railroad ephemera, and then a couple boxes of postcards, Victorian trade cards. Coming
to you soon on Whatnot, I'm sure?
Yeah, a big part of it will be coming soon, yeah.
Very good. And you're going to do some more shopping. I know he and I have got a deal. He was telling me yesterday when we were negotiating a little bit, he says it looks like snow, and so I need a lot of dead weight for my vehicle. And he said he's able to provide me with that dead weight. So yeah. I definitely do thank you.
In the form of a lot of magazines.
A lot of magazines. And then the other thing, today it's been a very slow day for buying. I believe I spent $11, and I'm about, well, this is going to come out wrong. I'm about to do the cardinal sin of rebuying. I don't mean buying your stuff. That's the other cardinal sin. There's a gentleman out there who has some stuff that I can make some money on, but it's kind of long tail. He has a whole bunch of sports magazines, local sports magazines to the Cleveland area. And he said, I can give you a bulk deal, $2 a piece. I haven't bought anything today. I'm 6.5 hours away from home. It's not a terrible deal, so I'm going to try to find him in there and see if I can't get the price down a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you have to kind of come away with something.
Something, which again, we've said any
totally
number
been
of times.
in that situation before. Yeah.
Total cardinal sin. You don't want to do that. But again, here I am breaking my own rules. And then the other thing, I've noticed that Benny can't stop staring at the middle of my forehead here.
I'm looking at your eyes, man, not your forehead.
So we all know that Papergoy has some vision issues. So he was at a dealer stand, and the dealer had some comic books. So he's looking at the comic books. He has a bag of stuff. He puts down the bag. Well, the dealer had a sign in front of the table. So I couldn't find anything in the comic books. Papergoy bends down to get his bag. Right into the middle where the blood starts coming out, and the dealer goes, you hit your head. I go, yeah, I think so. So I sat down for a while and let it do, because I really didn't want to. Halloween is past. So,
right,
no, it hasn't.
No, it's not here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so if I'm walking around with blood gushing out of my face, I don't know how good of a look that would be. But yeah, so that explains that, which I did not have in the video yesterday. So he and I are going to work out a deal over here. I think he's asking for my firstborn. I said, look, you can have random neighborhood kid, and then he rethought the deal.
Yeah, man.
And we'll be back a little later with some more finds, hopefully. And Papergoy here. We're back at the hotel after day 2, and these are some of the treasures, I guess that's a word we can use, that Benny ended up selling me. He had sent some pictures to me. I was parked in one area, he was parked in another area. I said, what do you want? He goes, make me an offer. I said 40. He goes, how about 50? I go, fine, no problem at all. He's always helped me out. Again, do check him out. Really good over on Whatnot. But I know things like this will sell. The National Horseman will sell. That Etude I will probably die with. Or hide it in Mr. Magazine's store. Who knows? Maybe coming to his pod if you buy his pod off of him. But this is all stuff over there, a lot of songbooks and the like of that in this deal as well. So for that volume of stuff, for $50, I'm certain there's something good in there that I definitely will be able to sell. Just a question of sorting it all out. Going to go up into the hotel room now and kind of give you a quick little deep dive into what we ended up buying today. I think I ended up salvaging the day. And we are back at the hotel room. Papergoy here again. And yeah, that's the pile of stuff that I said don't buy just because you're out to buy. And I bought it. Of course I did. I'll tell you about that in a moment. Tallied everything up, ended up spending $285 today, so I actually spent more money than I did yesterday. Did get the find of the weekend for me, though. That's right, $4. There was $1 sitting on the ground, and I went over and picked it up. And then I saw another $1 sitting a few feet away. I went and grabbed that, and it turned out to be $3. And here's the crazy thing about it, because most things that I end up buying for $1, I can sell for 20 bucks. This is like finding four $20 bills. That's where if I were a true YouTube magician, I would have done that and brought four $20 bills up. Obviously, I don't plan these things out. These are some things that I want to talk about a little bit today. Gentleman had a big pile of radio news for $1 a piece. They do not generally sell. However, that one will with the Santa Claus cover. You'll be seeing that a year from now at my Whatnot auction. I'm starting to get together some holiday stuff for that. Do go through piles of magazines when people have them for $1 a piece, because you can end up finding the holiday covers. And like I said, that's a really neat little cover that somebody will buy that for more than my $1. Was finally able to track down the one dealer I was looking for. Went through multiple times trying to find them. They had a pile of these, things like this over here, fairly thick catalogs, loaded with neat things in there. There were probably 10, 12 catalogs, and they wanted, probably 12. They wanted 50 bucks for the whole pile. I ended up buying it. I did not buy it yesterday because it was heavy. And as I said, I'm getting old and I don't really want to carry this stuff all the way around. But it was the end of the day for me today, and they still had it, so I was very happy to buy it. Kind of crazy that out of an entire show, it was sat there for 2 full days, and I was the only one who wanted to buy it, which says I might be the biggest idiot out there. Next item we have over here, you can find things like this. They don't fly off the shelf, but they do sell. This is a operator's manual for baler. I've got an agricultural section set up in my store. So when I list various farm magazines, which I know I got some from Benny, thanks to him for agreeing to appear on the channel, I will list those in the agricultural. I will list this in the agricultural. And what it will do is it will spur sales of other items as well. Ended up picking this one up, and that cost me $1. This was the same dealer. This cost me $1 as well. California, where life is better. And the main reason why I got this is it's from 1925. And you get into the early California stuff, it's got some great pictures in it, etc. You definitely can sell the early California stuff. So 1925 is fairly early, and you definitely will make the sale. Another gentleman, and this was where he said to me, I was walking around, and he had a bunch of paper, and he wouldn't commit on a price. And I said, well, I'll make a pile of stuff. Worst he can do is come up with too high of a price. And he starts talking with me, and he says, oh, you bought from me in May, didn't you? And I'm like, oh, yeah, of course I did. I think I did, but when asked that question, I don't think he's setting you up. I don't think you're going to say, yeah, I did. And he goes, oh, really? I didn't set up in May. I don't think that was what he was trying to do to me. So I said yes, and we started talking, and turns out he knew the Rochester area, etc. So he got a pile of stuff, or I got a pile of stuff, and he said, well, what do you want to pay for it? And I said, oh, geez, I don't even know. And I was thinking in the back of my head, I could go up to $100 on it. I mean, it was good enough stuff. And he goes, how about 25? And I go, yeah, you're leaving me some room. Thank you. So I did buy these. These tie into the whole farm motif. And if you are in the Midwest or even New York, you can find a lot of farm stuff. Definitely do pick them up. This is a nice one over here because it can go in the dairy milk advertising area as well, because that is Carnation. And there were a couple of other Carnation magazines. And then that one right there will sell as well. So definitely do pick up the farm stuff when you can. Now this is a slow mover. This is probably the definition of long tail, the American Teacher, but it was only $1, and as you can see, it's from 1884. And I have no idea. I mean, there are no illustrations inside from a quick look, but for $1, I'll kind of look through it, take a look at who wrote articles, etc. And regardless, it will sell at some point. And having only invested $1 in it, you know, it's almost 140 years old. So take a chance on things like that at $1, especially if you have the long tail. I've mentioned before, always buy things like this. Top Value Stamps gift catalog. Person had 3 gift catalogs. I ended up buying all 3 of them. But they're great. People do collect them. People do use them for reference. It's got a lot of neat things here in them. I mean, look at that. I mean, definitely highlight that page with the toys in it. People will definitely end up buying stuff like Samsonite luggage and so on. Just a nice catalog. The other 2 are equally nice color photos throughout it. So definitely do pick up the Top Value stuff. They always do sell. This kind of ties into the haul video I did from the first day. Cessna 1966. Granted, it does have the water damage up there. I don't think that's that big of a deal. But you definitely pick up things like this when you see them. As I said yesterday, they do sell. They're a lot rarer than the automobile owner's manuals, and they are out there, given that I went to 2 different dealers over 2 different days, and I found 2 different ones. So definitely worth picking those up. You will see these out there from time to time. Preventive Maintenance Monthly. It's United States Military. I bought this for one big reason. Will Eisner. Anybody that knows comic books knows the name Will Eisner. A lot of people sell these, and they sell them in lots, and they do not highlight Eisner. Definitely do note that he did the cover on it, and he probably did a little bit of work inside as well. That might be his work there as well. Definitely highlight the artist in a case like this, and you will definitely make the sale to comic book people. And this is issue number 200, so people can collect it as well. I did pick this up, and it just kind of made me laugh. Pure Austrian or German carp, the coming food fish of America. And that was back in 1883. So any day now, carp will really be taken off. You'll see it over on your menu. And you can get a jump on it by buying this out of Papergoy's eBay store. No pictures, no drawings, unfortunately, other than that one right there. But still, it just made me laugh. And the one there in the back cover. Just kind of made me laugh on it. And again, it's 1880s, so somebody or other ended up buying it. This one, unfortunately, is missing a back cover. That being said, this was from a dealer that I bought everything for $25. I laughed because Macedon, New York is, I could drive to it, which doesn't really say anything, because I could drive anywhere. It's about 25 minutes to half an hour from my home, maybe half an hour from my house, to get to Macedon. And it made it all the way to Ohio. Now it's making it all the way back home. Granted, it's missing the back cover, but it's, you know, it looks to be from the 1880s. I think I saw a date in there, but look at that. I mean, awesome items right there. You definitely want to highlight that. And even though it's missing the back cover, it will still sell. 1890. So it will still sell. It's a great little item right over there. Next item I have up is, buy these when you see them out there. Motorhomes. Phoenix Motorhome. People who own the motorhome do want to buy the little specs on it and that sort of thing. And there are people that collect these kind of things. So I paid $1 for that, I believe, and it'll sell. And the last thing, I just wanted to show you a little bit closer what these things were. Now, the gentleman said he was selling them for $5 to $7 a piece, which I do believe. I let them ferment for a while. I went back and I said, look, I'm interested in them. We just kind of need to work a little bit on the price. And I don't generally negotiate, but this seemed like somebody or other that you would want to negotiate with. There were 84 of them total, so that adds up to $168. Do not try that math at home. So I said to him, I said, look, there's, we counted them up. We came up with 84. I said, that's 168. What do you need out of them? And he says, make me an offer. And I said, I was going to go like 140. And I said, you know something? He's going to try to beat me on the price. I just have that feeling. Just seemed to be somebody that would beat me on the price. So I said, how about 125? And he goes, can you do 140? And I laughed to myself and I said, yeah, actually he said 135. And then he threw in a couple of other things, worked a deal. So it ended up being a total of 140. So these will sell. One of the reasons why I bought them, and this is kind of where it's good that I have a day job. I will end up reading half of these because this was right in the sweet spot when I was really following Cleveland football. I would have been 7 years old at the time, and I would have been reading all about it and how terrible the teams were. And it's up through the early 80s. So it's a lot of fun. Walk down memory lane for me. They're talking about the Cleveland Barons when they were around. I remember reading about them in the newspaper. So I get a lot of fun reading them. And then I saw a couple of them had like Pittsburgh Steeler covers from the 70s and the like. I'll probably ask $28 a piece on them with 84 of them. So you're at, whatever that works out to, $1,680, and it's over $2,000. What I'll end up asking them for. They'll be very, very slow sellers on them. However, eventually they will sell. Somebody will make me an offer on a bunch of them, and we'll move them on out. So I kind of broke my own rule and bought just for the sake of buying. That being said, I'm in the hotel room tonight. Have a lot of fun just kind of reading through Cavaliers and Barons and Indian stories from the 1970s. I really need a life. And hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.